Well, Duncan, from a tough cup game a couple of weeks ago to a much more exciting and better result for you today. How do you find and how do you summarise the way the team played today?
Much better today. Obviously, last time out we were nowhere near the standard that we're used to, and we said that before when the team talk. We said the players need to put out a performance today to be proud of, and that was definitely it. I mean, they're a good side, Clapham. We've had very, very tight games with them over the last 2 seasons. 1-0 early on, 3-2 at their place, and then to beat them 5-0 today just shows the difference in how we can perform to how we did in the last game.
How good does it feel to add a clean sheet to as well as progressing through to the cup?
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, JJ does a lot of work with the defence, and unfortunately he's not here today to see it. So we'll send him a message and let him know. But I mean, the keeper's delighted, the back four are delighted. Although I still think there's work there. I mean, we still left them open a couple of times. They still had chances. They didn't take them, and Zoe pulled off 2 very good saves. But it's fantastic. Looks good for us that we're keeping clean sheets. But like I said, still work to be done.
2 from Butler, a lovely finish from Graham, and also it's great to have Darcy Wells back into the team and back amongst the goals straight away. Yeah,
she's fantastic. Very, very talented player. Adds a little bit of class to that line, I think. And like you said before, we were talking earlier, she drags the other players into it and makes them move more. And it brings out the best in Gabby and Clarkey alongside her as well. And her goal was just sensational. We're easing her back in, so I mean the physio was in my ear the whole game, sort of rest her, take her off. We're 4-0 up, but I mean she wants to play every minute.
Now we know that recently in the past few games there's been a couple of sort of off the ball incidences, and that you could argue that that's down to just how much pressure and how much sort of stress you put the other teams under. What do you think about the reason why some other players seem to get frustrated at the way you play?
Because we hustle. We press everything. We don't let people want time on the ball. There's nothing more irritating than someone that's at you all the time. And I mean, there was an incident today. I didn't see it, to be honest. I know that sounds terrible as most managers.
It was a sort of there's a similar sort of push that you would see from a throw-in or a free kick, except it just happened sort of completely off the ball.
The one with Erin?
Yes. To be fair to Erin, she played it off brilliantly well, and she had a smile on her face as it was going on. But it is very noticeable in especially in 2020, that you have been frustrating teams quite a lot.
Yeah, I mean, she's excellent at winning free kicks and getting at people in those situations and really annoying them. And I think she did that in the situation. The girl lashed out at her and got the card, rightly so, for it. But like I said, I mean, it doesn't come because we're trying to annoy anyone. It comes because we press everyone everywhere, and we're relentless with that. And that's what we weren't like against Walton. We weren't doing that. And today we did that right from the start, and that showed, and that's why we won the game.
And finally, did you have to do any preparations for the conditions that you were going to be playing in today? Because obviously there was high winds and the temperatures were cold, but obviously kept moving, kept keeping warm, and obviously you've dealt with any troubles that may have happened when the ball was up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, they're quite a direct side, Clapham. They go quite long, and I said to my back four, you need to be switched on straight away, but you need to cut that out of the source. It's no good just blaming it on the back four every time there's a long ball. So we said that at the start. I mean, to be fair, the pitch, it's a lovely pitch to play on, whether it's raining or not, it doesn't really matter. So it's a fantastic facility, you know what I mean? And we're lucky that most games are off today and we're still on, and that's the beauty of this club. But we shortened the warm up a little bit. We didn't want the players to be out there getting soaked all the time, but then once it dried off and the whistle went, I mean, we just went at them straight from the off.
Pleasure as always.
Cheers, buddy.